Hi friends! Now I've talked about this before, but I grew up in a household where no conversations related to sex were ever had. Like, it just was not spoken about. I never got the talk. You know, the talk about the birds and the bees. My mom was just like, why the birds hanging with the bees? Huh? They should be focusing on their exams. It just didn't happen. So it's probably no surprise that I didn't learn about sex work until I was a full-fledged adult. Like, I was filing taxes and writing Yelp reviews for chiropractors before I knew what a prostitute was. But now that I'm older, I've learned that sex work is one of the most stigmatized and misunderstood jobs there is, even though everyone benefits from their services in one way or another. Let's be real, just about everybody watches porn, okay? If you watch this on the computer, what did you just do? Clear your browsing history? I see you. I mean, even the Pope is on Instagram, liking a picture of an influencer dressed as a sexy schoolgirl. My guess is you were searching for body of Christ and it autocorrected to booty of Christ. God works in mysterious, horny ways. I mean, I heard this Pope was a little more progressive, but geez. Also, the rise of websites like OnlyFans is proving that sex work is becoming more mainstream. During the pandemic, OnlyFans' popularity exploded. Just in the first month of lockdown, membership to OnlyFans went up 75% as unemployment was rising. Well, I mean, at least some people were hard at work. And honestly, it's great to see people in the sex industry have control over their work. You see, because in the past, sex work always required some sort of middleman, which I bet is a porn category on its own. If you were a prostitute, you probably had a pimp collecting most of your profits, even though you're the one doing the actual, sex work. Plus, prostitutes were the ones that were actually more likely to get arrested or be in physical danger. But more and more, there's ways for sex workers to cut out this middleman and take home more of the profits. Now, sex workers can host their own kink parties, manage BDSM dungeons, and stream shows from their bedrooms. I swear, anytime I see a post from an OnlyFans girl who's like buying a house or something and it's so beautiful, I'm like, why am I out here writing jokes when I could just be selling pictures of my feet? Literally standing on 2 gold mines. Y'all wanna know this? Say the word! Actually don't. But we can't celebrate the golden age of sex work without talking about its dark underbelly. Again, dark underbelly, I bet you that's a porn keyword. We have to acknowledge the link between sex work and sex trafficking. According to The Guardian, we currently have more people in slavery than have ever existed before in history, and that's partly due to sex trafficking. And a big reason this keeps happening is because it's kept in the dark. It seems shameful, so we look away from it, we don't talk about it. But talking about sex work can take away the stigma attached to the profession, and it can help people who are in need. Doesn't that sound better than just criminalizing folks that are trying to make money? So let's get back to shaming people for stuff that matters, okay? Like coughing in public. But here on A Little Late with Lily Singh, we're gonna have the conversation, that's right. And I thought, what better way to learn about sex work than to invite a sex worker onto the show? So please enjoy this installment of No Dumb Questions. Whew, kind of blushing already. Oh my God, thank you so much for watching the show. If you click here, I think you can subscribe to the channel. If you click over here, more clips just like this one. Click them.